Hello everyone, welcome back to Taekook Moment channel. No one was truly prepared for this moment. Without any major warning, without the lengthy teasers that usually build expectations, it all just happened. And in a matter of minutes, the world seemed to pause to witness one thing. Jungkook dancing. Not just any dance, but a performance that felt different, more intense, more poignant, and somehow managed to touch millions of people simultaneously. The video appeared, and at first it seemed simple. A room with dim lighting, an intimate atmosphere, almost like a regular rehearsal. But as soon as the music started playing, something immediately changed. The energy radiating from Jungkook's every move was so powerful, so alive. It was as if the screen couldn't contain what he was trying to convey. His first move was enough to captivate everyone. There was no hesitation, no awkward pause. Everything flowed with a precision that was almost impossible to describe. Every step, every turn, every beat felt like part of a larger story. One that wasn't spoken, but felt. Within seconds, comments began pouring in. People from all over the world reacted, trying to comprehend what they had just seen. Some were speechless, some were screaming in their posts, and others were rewatching without a second thought. And before anyone really knew it, the viewership had skyrocketed. 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, and counting. In a very short time, the video had reached 13 million views, and the number continued to climb seemingly indefinitely. But what made it all the more remarkable wasn't just the numbers, but the reactions behind them. People were truly captivated. They weren't just watching, they were feeling it. Many were saying that this wasn't just another dance performance. There was something different about the way Jungkook interpreted the music this time. His movements were more explosive, yet at the same time he still possessed incredible control. There were moments where he seemed almost floating, then suddenly stomped with full force, creating a contrast that made it hard for anyone watching to look away. His expressions were equally captivating. Every look in his eyes, every facial expression, it all felt so real. Not exaggerated, not contrived, but just enough to connect with the audience. It was as if he wasn't just performing choreography, but also conveying emotions beyond words. Some people tried to analyze his technique. They discussed the minute details of how he controlled his breath, how he maintained his balance in incredibly fast movements, how the transitions between steps felt so seamless without losing energy. But even the most detailed analysis wasn't enough to fully explain what was happening. Because ultimately, it wasn't just about technique. It was about feeling. And that's what made this video feel different from the others. Others began comparing this performance to his previous works. They said it was an evolution, that Jungkook wasn't just growing as a performer, but also as an artist. Every movement he performed now felt more mature, more meaningful, as if he truly understood what he wanted to convey and how best to convey it. On the other hand, others simply enjoyed it without trying to understand it deeply. They simply watched, replayed it, and were captivated again every time. Because sometimes, beauty like this doesn't need to be explained. It just needs to be felt. Social media was immediately filled with video clips, reactions, and various interpretations. Some created slow-motion sequences to capture details they might have missed. Others tried to imitate the moves, though most admitted it was much more difficult than it looked. Others theorized about the meaning behind the choreography, trying to find hidden messages in each movement. And amidst it all, one thing became crystal clear. This was a moment that wouldn't be easily forgotten. Many have said that breaking the internet is an overused term. But this time, it felt truly appropriate, because it wasn't just about going viral or trending, but about how one video could unite millions of people in a shared feeling awe. As time went by, the number of views continued to increase. The comments continued to grow. The discussion grew. But the video's appeal didn't diminish in the slightest. Even after repeated viewings, there was still something new each time heard. Perhaps it's the small details that were previously overlooked. Or perhaps it's the different emotions that evoke each time you watch it. Whatever the reason, one thing is certain. This video has a power that's hard to explain.
반갑습니다. 예, 반갑습니다.
Some fans even say they get goosebumps every time they watch certain parts. There are moments where the music and movement truly blend together, creating an experience that feels almost magical. It's moments like these that keep people coming back. Many also feel inspired. They see how dedication, practice, and passion can produce something extraordinary. And it's not just about being a performer, but about how someone can continually grow and push their own limits. Behind all the highlights and impressive numbers, there's one thing that's often overlooked: hard work. What's visible on screen may only last a few minutes, but behind it are hours of practice, sacrifice, and commitment that lie unseen. And perhaps that's what makes this performance so powerful, because there's a story behind it. Over time, this video will likely remain one of those iconic moments that people talk about. Not just because of the number of viewers, but because of its impact. Because of how a single performance could create such a massive wave of reactions across the globe. And perhaps years from now, people will still be returning to this video. They will still be watching, they will still be captivated, and they will still wonder how one person could create something so captivating. For now, one thing is certain: Jungkook has created something extraordinary. Something that surpasses expectations, transcends boundaries, and leaves a lasting mark. And those 13 million views, that's just the beginning. If you've made it this far, you've also experienced how insane this performance was. Don't forget to like it, share it with your friends who are also Jungkook fans, and let us know in the comments which part gave you the most goosebumps. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next viral moment. Because on this channel, we're always covering the hottest and most sensational things on the internet. See you in the next video.